What's up, everybody? It's Aaron and Ray back again with another episode of Franchise Tag Fantasy Football Podcast. I'm a little pumped today.
Are you?
I am. So, if you're watching this, you guys might have questions. You might be wondering, why the heck is it Friday and not Thursday? I'm so used to the Thursday episode being here that I'm just so freaked out that we didn't have a Thursday episode. As we have mentioned before, this is not our full-time job. We actually have full-time jobs. We're trying to make this our full-time job, and thanks to you guys supporting us, we are getting not really close, but we're
one step closer.
Teeny weeny bit step closer.
One step closer.
552 subscribers, Ray. Congratulations. I'm proud of you.
I'm proud of
but Ray had a weird night last night. I had a weird late evening at work. Ray got called in late last night. So, unfortunately, last night's the Thursday night game we didn't get to, it was the Saints at the Cardinals. The game was crazy, wasn't it, Ray?
I wish I knew.
So that's kind of why. That's why we're coming out on a Friday. So you'll get back-to-back Friday, Saturday episodes this week. So feel happy.
To go off your point,
yes.
We won't have information on the Thursday night game because we are recording prior to the Thursday night game. So unfortunately, we can't tell you that DeAndre Hopkins came out and scored, 3 touchdowns because I need him to and things like that.
You better calm down.
That's what I need, but here's the hope. I wanted to open the show. I wanted to talk about something real fast. Do you remember me talking about Russell Wilson being a giant goofball? Just a goober?
Mm-hmm.
A quote that he just put out about 40 minutes ago to ESPN is, I heal quick.
What?
I don't know if it's the Wolverine blood or what. On his injury to his ribs, I almost spiked my phone. Or his
He said the Wolverine blood?
He's got Wolverine blood. He's like Charlie Sheen. That's who he is. He's Charlie Sheen. This is a clown show.
He's got tiger blood in his veins. You know who he'd probably be best friends with?
Who?
Urban Meyer.
You know what?
Just down there in Clown Town, just hanging out, having a good time.
Yeah, it's hopping in his little car. He got big shoes on. I don't know. This is crazy. Can he stop? Can he stop being a part of everyday media? Can I stop hearing about him?
No, because he has the same QBR rating as Mitchell Trubisky. So when you have a dude like that, that's supposedly one of the best in the league, who the Broncos are one quarterback away from going to the Super Bowl and winning it all. Well, you got your quarterback and he sucks. All right.
You're still
sorry,
one quarterback
Broncos
away.
fans. You're one quarterback away. And by the time this 7-year, $245 million extension is done, you're going to be a lot more pieces than just one quarterback away.
That's true.
You flubbed it. Have you ever seen the movie Flubber?
Yes.
With Robin Williams, way back in the day. Rest in peace, Robin Williams.
Yeah.
But you know how it kind of just stretches and flies and bounces and it never really just disintegrates?
Not really one of my favorite movies.
Nah, mine neither. That's what I'm saying.
Definitely.
Flubber. They flubbed. They sucked. They face planted.
Definitely a low point for Robin Williams, that's for sure.
Does anyone, if you haven't, and you have to probably be a parent to be able to respect this, don't get mad at me, but have you ever seen the kids getting hurt? You don't have Instagram, do you?
No.
There's a whole Instagram page that's kids getting hurt, and it's just kids are on the swing and someone jumps off in the swinging, and little kid takes off running after and catches them in the face, and they just body plant. That's what the Broncos did with Russell Wilson.
I got a TikTok. It's on there. I see those things.
Same, dude. How are you older than me and more hip with a TikTok?
I don't know. I've been on it forever.
That's weird. This is so weird.
I was a pioneer.
So weird. Comments. Let us know in the comments. Are you more of a TikTok user or are you more of an Instagram user?
Are you more of a Russell hater or a Wilson hater?
Team, what is it? RW3?
I just need
Team 3. I think that's what it is.
I need to hear a little hate in the comments about what you thought about Russ and the signing so far. It's been trash.
I really want to hear from Broncos fans.
What I want to know is, what are they going to do about Melvin Gordon and Latavius Murray? Because right now it sounds like Melvin Gordon's going to play for the whole game now.
Yeah, apparently Melvin Gordon and Nathaniel Hackett had a big, huge hug fest and hugged it out and really broed it up. And Hackett being I don't even have words for it. I can't. I don't. Hackett being the dummy that he is, to put it lightly. I'm just going to bench this player without even telling anybody anything. Okay, rotate them in and out. Latavius Murray, decent, but he didn't light the world on fire.
No. No, not at all. So, Aaron, I'd like to get over a couple bits of news so far that we have on Thursday because we don't have Thursday's news yet.
Bits of news. I want to bring up something that I didn't like hearing even prior to Thursday.
Go ahead.
I think it was Tuesday or Wednesday that they had already ruled out Michael Thomas yet again, Marshawn Lattimore, Jarvis Landry, and Adam Troutman. The one I'm not excited about is the Michael Thomas one. This is what, 4 weeks in a row now?
Exactly 4 weeks in a row, yes.
So this would be 4 weeks in a row that Michael Thomas hasn't played because of either an ankle or a toe, like a foot injury is the easiest way to put it.
Yeah.
I do not think Michael Thomas bounces back from this. This will be the second year in a row, and I don't think he plays another down in the NFL.
I think he still comes back and plays. I hope he does for my sake, but it's so disconcerting to see him again with the same lower extremity injuries. But like, is it that fragile down there? What's going on? I don't understand. And like when they initially called it out, it wasn't.
Go ahead.
When they initially called it out, it wasn't necessarily seen as like a major issue. 4 weeks is a major issue. That could have been an IR spot, but it wasn't. It hasn't been an IR. And if he goes on IR now, that would be awful for fantasy football in general. Whoever the owner is, myself included, would be awful.
I own him in the league too, and it's one of those things of Tuesday waivers run, but he's listed as questionable, and then by Wednesday he's already listed as out again. It's been that way 3 weeks in 3 weeks in a row now.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, why even, like you said, should have put him in an IR spot in the actual NFL to let him get right. It's a flub up by, once again, teams flubbing today. Apparently that's the word of the day. But it's a mess up by the Saints. It's a mess up by him for not letting. I honestly think, like, even like last year, his pride is getting in his way, so he won't tell him how serious it actually is.
Maybe that's what it is.
So they let him practice, and then when it comes down to it, they realize that, hey, he can't go. Like, I understand being in the NFL is hard, right? You got to be cream of the crop. But apparently, who would have ever thought that 127 slants in 1 year would take that out of you?
I don't know. And it's tough.
I'm upset that you missed my joke there.
It's tough because I really, really need Michael Thomas to come back.
I'm upset you missed my slant man joke there.
Oh no, I didn't miss it. I didn't miss it.
It just wasn't good. Just didn't hit.
It didn't land. Yeah,
Dang.
Definitely didn't land on that one.
Didn't hit the end zone, if you will.
Yeah, so Michael Thomas being out, that sucks. I would imagine he would be back next week, but if he's not,
I doubt it. I really doubt it.
Really close to being a cut candidate at this point, and let him be a problem for somebody else's roster. Because what he's going to come back to? Andy Dalton? Is that really what is going to save Michael Thomas's season? Season's almost over, but at this point.
That is fair. We're a third of the way through the season, and he's played a third of a third.
He's played 2 games.
He's played a third of a third. So
it's tough. Other news that we have right now, just to go over a couple things. Lamar was limited in practice. I don't think it's anything serious. Mark Andrews was given a rest day. There's nothing serious there. He's going to play. Aaron Rodgers dealing with the same thumb issue. I think that's a bigger.
I saw a knee for Mark Andrews.
They said that, but then literally right after that, I saw that it was just a veterans rest day.
Oh, okay.
I think they're making something out of nothing. Packers quarterback Aaron Rodgers is definitely dealing with a thumb, and you saw it the last game. He just would not stop shaking it, trying to shake it loose. It's definitely bothering him. Maybe that's the reason for the poor play. I don't know. Maybe it is. Maybe it's,
you're just clinching at straws now.
Maybe it's Father Time catching up. Maybe it's him not playing within the offense. There's so many different variables here.
I think that's just the offensive pieces as a whole.
I think that's going to temper my expectations on basically any pass catcher that's in Green Bay right now.
You remember that time before the beginning of the year when you basically told me I was crazy for not having Aaron Rodgers in my top 12?
I vaguely remember.
Oh, really? And then you gave me all sorts of crap for having Kirk Cousins ranked above Aaron Rodgers?
I more vaguely remember.
Oh. Okay,
Kirk Cousins is trash, though.
I just wanted to make sure that you don't talk about the quarterback 10 on the year like that.
You remember when you guys talked about on length about Devontae not finishing the top 15? It's tough.
Yeah, the one where I was muted because our microphone issues and it made me muted on the stream.
Whatever you just said. Yep, that.
What do you mean? Yep, that.
Hey, so another part of news we just saw a little bit ago, and I don't know if it's not really anything serious right now, I don't think. But it is circulating around Packers news that they are going to go and try and get Chase Claypool. I don't think that's the answer. I don't think it is. I think that if anybody to go get Deontay, don't get why get the third string on that team when you get the first string? The first string they don't want him either. They don't want anybody over there. So I would think, or DJ Moore, go get DJ Moore. But I don't know. Chase Claypool going to
my interest.
Yeah. Chase Claypool going to the Packers would be a moderate upgrade this season, but we've seen it before. Receivers changing teams mid-season doesn't necessarily always pan out. It's not just like plug and play and now you're awesome. It's not like Odell going to the Rams at the end of the season. Now he's just lighting things up. That's not how it normally is.
Chase Claypool is not an Odell talent.
No, he's not.
So
Dak Prescott is expected to be playing this Sunday.
Yeah. Speaking of Odell, I'm sure everyone saw that he is a quote-unquote strong contender to go to the Chiefs.
Yeah. I think that's a good fit.
He would immediately go in and be the number one.
Juju's been fine.
He would immediately go into that lineup and be the number one.
You think so?
Yes.
Coming off an ACL?
Yes.
Okay.
Not last year, year before.
I would temper the expectations he's going to be like the top dog. It's always going to be Kelsey first. It's always going to be Kelsey first.
Fair, but Mahomes with Kelsey and Tyreek did it still. You know what I mean? So I think that Odell can go in and just Juju isn't sniffing Odell's bottom of his cleats, dude. Like, let's be real. Juju would get an instant upgrade too, because then Juju can rotate to the slot where he was prolific when he was in the slot in Pittsburgh with Antonio Brown taking all of the top coverage.
I think that for a football standpoint, that would make more sense, and I would love to see it. I think.
Listen, why does Kansas City? Now that we're talking about this and we're on real football, why doesn't Kansas City line up McCole Hardman on one side, MVS on the other, and Juju in the slot? Like,
I don't know.
Juju's not an outside receiver.
I don't know.
I don't get it. But anyway,
because MVS sucks and they realized they spent too much money on something they shouldn't have spent money on.
Everyone can go in the comments of, oh, this guy's stupid, Aaron's dumb. You remember that one time when I said something about OBJ and someone basically told me I don't know football, and then that year he stunk? And then the following year, his dad put out the hit piece on Baker and saying that he can't get on the ball, and then Odell went to the Rams, and then Odell was really good.
I remember that guy. I don't know what his name was, but
I forgot. Was it
Dave?
Drop in the comment. Was it Dave?
It should be Dave.
Like that.
Please
listen, Dave.
I hope he's still listening. I hope he's still a fan.
If you're a longtime viewer, I feel sorry, Dave, but go bleep yourself.
If you drop a comment in the comments below, if you say you were that guy from like last year giving Aaron the business, I will send you a shirt personally.
What the business? Speaking of shirts, where are my shirts?
I'm still waiting to get there. Don't worry about all that. Hey, take it easy. Take it easy.
I just want to wear my dang shirt, Ray. Okay.
You know, I have things in the works.
I don't even know if I'm gonna wear it. I might end up just hanging it up in my office.
I hope you were. It's the whole point.
With how many people come into my office to talk to me every day?
Well, maybe you could do that. Yeah, do that then. That would make sense. Yeah, let's do that. That makes more sense. Yeah, it makes more sense. I would like to see it on you, but it's okay. Other news. Marquise Brown is expected to be out 6 weeks, so I think Robbie Anderson. You think it's gonna be 4?
It's news reported. I think per Adam Schefter, wide receiver Marcus Hollywood Brown will be out at least a month with the foot injury. Per Cliff Kingsbury, that timetable comes after he got his second opinion. So 6 weeks realistically, but he can come back as early as 4.
Would you cut Marquise Brown right now?
If you have an IR slot, he's going in your IR slot.
Okay, if you don't,
you have. If you're a team that can afford to hold on to him, if you're in first place, second place, and you can afford to hold on to him, okay. The second you start losing and dropping games, you have to have people on your roster that can give you points.
Or if you are still in first or second place and you want to make a roster move and you see something on the waiver wire that you'd like to add and you don't want to drop anything else, I would consider dropping Marquise Brown, because what is he providing for your team right now? Nothing. And you could be 6-0 right now. It could change like that.
Realistically, I don't expect him to be ready before week 13, which is 6 weeks away, realistically speaking. And then you have another 2 weeks worth of trying to get back into game shape, because when it is a foot, you cannot keep your cardio up.
Mm-hmm.
That's putting you at week 15, which is the start of fantasy playoffs. And I'm not rolling out a brand new, just back into action Hollywood Brown during the fantasy playoffs, especially with D-Hop there. And if D-Hop comes back and he's great, then you have Christian Kirk of last year in Hollywood Brown.
I think he's more of a cut candidate than most situations.
If you're in a keeper dynasty, it changes completely. That's redraft speak only.
So a couple of the bits of news. This is the end of it, because I know that the news is kind of dry. Yes. James Conner, game time decision, of course. Hopefully he doesn't play, because I need Eno Benjamin
on that game, because it happened last night.
That's right. That's right. It happened tonight.
It already happened. Yeah, see? Swift is pushing towards playing with his shoulder injury week 7, and on Wednesday, like we said, we don't have the Thursday practice reports yet, but Darren Waller missed practice with a hammy. Not looking good this year for Darren Waller, and if you drafted Darren Waller.
No.
PJ Walker is still looking to be the starter.
Jonathan Taylor chose to sit week 6.
He probably just didn't feel right. If you're on the precipice of making millions and millions of dollars after your rookie contract, you're going to want to be 100% to put good film on tape.
Yeah. Okay. I just saw that right now, and I was like, okay, that's kind of weird. Didn't know that.
Yeah.
But cool.
Rashad Bateman did practice Wednesday. Good sign. D-Jax got signed to the practice squad in Baltimore. And on Wednesday, like I said, no Thursday practice reports. J.K. Dobbin was not practicing because of his knee. Kenyon Drake might be what you want to go try to stream this week and buy a win.
I don't know if I trust it.
Listen, dude, if J.K. Dobbins is fresh off a knee injury and we're 6 weeks into the season after he just got back at week 4, played week 5, played 7 snaps week 4, played a full game week 5, and week 6 had to go out of the game. Like, you didn't even get 2 full games in before your knee starts acting up again. It's not looking good. When we get more news about Gus Edwards, I will tell you guys about Gus Edwards, but you might start looking to maybe sneaky stash him in an IR spot.
Yeah, I would agree with
that. But yeah, the Jonathan Taylor thing, I think that's more of just let me get completely right before I try to rush it back.
Yeah,
out here. So
let's just have I don't know, like 6 screened touchdowns for him this week, but screen passes.
Oh, because you are stuck with streaming Matt Ryan.
It's the most disgusting thing I've ever done in my life.
By the way, congratulations on winning the Pick'ems, Ray.
Oh, thanks. Finally one of us won. It's crazy. It's like somebody out there is cheating.
Listen. I was 2 for 5, and I finished second. I finished 1 pick behind Ray, and you guys know what the pick I finished behind Ray was? The Jets beating the Packers.
I knew it was going to happen. I knew. I had.
But anyways,
I knew.
So between the two of us, we've won 50% of the weeks that we've played.
I think it's a pretty solid number. What do you say, Aaron?
What do you say?
Starts and sits. What do you say?
What do you say we hit a quick break and then hop into the starts and sits?
Yeah, let's do that. Yeah.
Hey everyone, this show is brought to you by Driffles Jerky. Are you like us and love beef jerky, but hate paying those high prices for subpar meat? Well, at DrifflesJerky.com, they have the money meat.
You said the money meat?
That's right, the money meat. Great tasting beef jerky made from top quality cuts of beef at great prices. Use promo code FranchiseTag to get yourself 10% off on your order today.
That's DRIFFILLS jerky.com. All right, everybody, we are back. We are going to just get straight into the start sits, Ray? Previews?
You better bet your bottom dollar.
Bet my bottom. What does that even mean?
So, for the first game we're going to talk about, because we are not talking about the Arizona and New Orleans game, we're going to talk about the Cleveland Browns against the Baltimore Ravens. This is a 45.5 over-under, and the Ravens are a 6.5 point favorite to win this game. I'm obviously going to have the Ravens winning this game. But who do you feel comfortable starting on the Browns side of the foosball?
Amari Cooper.
Okay.
Because that Ravens defense is sus.
Sussy as hell, yes.
Nick Chubb, because
Yep.
you're not starting Nick Chubb.
Yep.
And Kareem Hunt is in flex consideration for me.
That 1 point last week really scares me.
Well, who'd they play last week?
New England.
That's why. There you go. Bill Belichick constantly takes away what you do good and the good players. So I think that's just a one-game thing. And David Njoku.
David Njoku is going to finish as the tight end 4 this season.
You mean behind tight end 3 Taysom Hill?
Probably.
So that's fair. That is fair.
I'm glad that when I said it and there was like 2 weeks of lull, I'm glad that by the third week it finally hit. It made sense, and David Njoku is finally a thing. I'm glad it is.
I feel sorry for you because you dropped him.
I mean, I dropped him, but I needed to because I had other things I had to go.
That's fair.
acquire.
I did the same thing with Kenneth Walker. I dropped him 2 weeks too early because I had to go get some stuff.
It's unfortunate.
It is super unfortunate because then he went for 95 fab. I could have just traded him for 95 fab, buy whoever I want.
Anything else you're starting with the Brown side of the football?
No.
You're not starting Peoples Jones?
No.
In a DFS lineup.
No.
In a DFS lineup.
Nope.
I'm interested in starting Peoples Jones.
Nope.
Just remember that.
Nope.
Remember that for Sunday.
Nope.
For the Baltimore side of the ball, who are you starting?
Lammer, for sure.
Yep.
For sure on the Lammer. Mark Andrews.
Clearly.
That's pretty much it because I know Rashad Bateman has the big play potential, but with the foot injury, I want to wait one game to see if he's completely back. Which I don't really think you have to have better options than Rashad Bateman at this point in time.
I tried to trade for Rashad Bateman and got told to kick rocks.
Why?
I don't know.
Who has Rashad Bateman?
John. So
well, see, I tried to trade something for John earlier this year too, and got told that the dude was a starter, and he hasn't been in his starting lineup one time since then. So,
are you interested in starting Kenny Drake this week? You paid for him.
As I said,
you had to have paid 30 fab for him.
If Dobbins isn't a thing,
okay,
then yes. If Dobbins is limited Thursday, limited Friday, yes, I'm going to play him.
Okay, so let's say that it is Dobbins is playing Sunday. Let's say he is.
Okay.
You're absolutely out on Kenny Drake.
No, Kenny Drake just moves into a flex play where I think if Dobbins is gone, he's a running back too.
I think that you'd be foolish not to have him in your lineup. At least this week. You might have just bought a running back as a spot start for a couple weeks while J.K. Dobbins gets healthy. You might have done that. That's what Kenny Drake might be. Because Gus Edwards is coming back too.
Yeah, but Gus Edwards will be back for like another 2 weeks probably.
That's what I'm saying. Like you bought him for a couple weeks.
Yeah.
So I think that right now, Kenny Drake has to be started. But I don't know if it's going to be the insane efficiency that you saw last week. I don't think that's going to be the way that it is. And I think that Kenny Drake is. I think that J.K. Dobbins might sit this week, maybe, but going forward, he'll probably get him about half the snaps. So, my thoughts: I would start Kenny Drake.
I mean, yeah, that's fair. I can see where you're coming from on the Dobbins deal. They're not going to risk it if his knee's giving him problems.
Yeah,
so
they're not pushing him out there. They don't have to. Next game on the docket here. It is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers against the Carolina Panthers. This is a 40-point over/under, and the Buccaneers are 11-point favorites.
I'm taking the Panther. I'm taking the Panthers on the spread.
That's really high. 11 points?
The 11 points in the NFL is stupid, and the only people who I think have covered a 10.5 or more point margin of victory this year have been the Buffalo Bills at 14.
On the Buccaneers side of the ball, I'm interested in starting, obviously, Jamal Brady. Mike Evans.
It's Thomas Patrick Edwards Brady.
Jamal Brady. Mike Evans, clearly. Chris Godwin.
You're waiting on a response? Yeah.
I thought you were going to say something. Chris Godwin and Lenny, and that's it. Have you heard anything from Julio?
Still injured and not practicing.
I haven't seen anything.
Still injured and not practicing.
That's tough. I'm so glad the Packers didn't go get him. I'm so glad.
As we were all screaming for it this offseason.
Yeah, I mean, I was screaming for something.
Anyways, looks like good old sunny Tampa Bay isn't doing him no good. So,
are you interested in starting the Tampa Bay Buccaneers defense this week?
Yes.
I think this is a strong DFS play, but I bet they're going to be about $3,000.
Yeah, but like I said, I am taking the Panthers on the spread. I'm taking the Panthers at +11. Bucks win this game, but the Panthers don't lose by more than 11. You've seen Tom Brady and that offense completely struggle. Offensive line, especially the interior of the offensive line, is bad, and the Panthers defense isn't the worst. So I do think that, and you've seen this Buccaneers offense 3 separate occasions this year struggle to put points on the board.
It's concerning for sure, but Tom Brady has been at least better than most of the streaming candidates you're going to have, or at least more reliable than the streaming candidates we're going to be having this week. That is, would you rather go Tom Brady or Matt Ryan?
I don't know, because Tom Brady might be shaken up from the football season being like a deployment, so probably Matt Ryan.
Okay. Tom Brady or Jared Goff?
Tom Brady, because that Cowboys defense is for real.
Okay. Tom Brady or Geno Smith?
Who does Sea Chickens play? I should
hang on just a second. I'll look at. They'll play the Chargers.
Geno.
Okay. I think that's pretty much the end of that list.
Yep.
I'm still interested in starting Tom Brady. I don't think that's going to be an issue. The other side of the ball, I don't. Christian McCaffrey, and that's it. And even that,
temper your expectations.
Tampa Bay's run defense is real good.
So realistically, what happened this year is Nick Chubb should have been drafted ahead of Christian McCaffrey. Saquon Barkley should have been drafted ahead of Christian McCaffrey. DeAndre Swift should have been drafted ahead of Christian McCaffrey. Am I leaving anyone out? Derrick Henry, obviously. Jonathan Taylor, obviously.
Maybe Jonathan Taylor. I don't know.
I think when he comes back, he's fine.
He'll be fine when he comes back. And
the Colts
McCaffrey hasn't been like losing you weeks.
He hasn't been awful, but between him and Jonathan Taylor is going running backs 1 and 2. That's hurt your fantasy team in redraft formats.
Yeah. But I think that everybody thought that Baker was going to be more than what he is. More than what he was.
Why, though? He didn't do it in Cleveland. Why would you think that he comes to Carolina where he's splitting reps during the preseason with Sam Darnold and Matt Rule being a dummy won't name his starting quarterback so he can get the full reps? Should have known that he wasn't going to be good.
I don't know.
I had no faith in it from the beginning. I thought for sure, maybe because he did it with Jarvis Landry in Cleveland, that he could support at least DJ Moore as a low-end wide receiver too.
That's not come to fruition at all.
No, not at all. So anyways, the Panthers are rolling with PJ Walker. Christian McCaffrey, temper your expectations. Bucks do win this game, and I do have the under on the 40 points.
That's crazy. It's such a that spread is so crazy. Yeah, I have the Bucks winning that game too. I'm done talking about this game. The next game we got is the Atlanta Falcons against the Cincinnati Bengals.
Okay.
This is what's up?
Go ahead.
This is a 47-point over-under with the Bengals being a 6.5-point favorite.
The Falcons are dogs, as we found out last episode. They are scrappy, and I didn't really realize it. If you think about it, just think about this for a second. They play in the division with the Panthers. They are definitely not making the playoffs. They play in the division with the Saints. Their schedule and their record right now shows that they're probably not making the playoffs.
And the quarterback carousel they've got going on right now.
Right. And they're playing with the Bucks. The Bucks are 3-3. I do think that they'll eventually get it figured out, but they're playing like dirt right now. If the Falcons can squeak out some like big time wins, like against the Bengals and playing everybody close like that and get some of the games to fall their way and rather than losing, but actually winning those games, they could be at the end of the year in the hunt for a wild card spot.
Would you go Marcus Mariota this week?
Against the Bengals front's pretty good. Probably not.
You know the Bengals going to put up points. You know they're going to.
But that's not what Arthur Smith and the Atlanta Falcons want to do. They want to run the ball even when they're down by 11 to 12. I'm not doing it.
I thought about it. And Mariota's been safe. I think that
put him in a GPP play. You know he's going to be a cheap quarterback. Put him in one of the big tournaments. Just throw $3 on one of the 120K or 150K to first or whatever type tournaments and create a huge deep sleeper. You know what I mean? Like boom bust. You're getting 1 point or you're getting 1,200 points. You know
I almost want to make this my stream of the week. I almost want to.
What? Mariota?
Mariota.
Ugh.
I know it's gross, but
who's starting for the Falcons? Clearly Mariota.
I'm starting Marcus Mariota. I'm doing it. I'm starting Marcus Mariota, and I know that it's going to come back to bite me. I think that there's worse streaming candidates out there right now. Maybe. But his floor is safe enough. He's running the ball 50 yards a game. He's throwing a little more touchdown passes than we thought he was going to. That offense is
Zach Wilkesua, whatever his name is.
Zacchaeus.
Thank you. I can't speak, guys. I can't read very well.
Zacchaeus.
Oklahoma education. If you're going to do a DFS play, I would pair him with Marcus Mariota because that seems to be the only dude that's catching the touchdown passes from him.
Yeah, that's Kyle Pitts last week. I'm not really interested in starting anybody else. Like, obviously, you're going to have to start Kyle Pitts. I don't think that if you held him on this long, you're not doing it.
No,
okay.
I'm not starting Kyle Pitts.
Okay.
I'm trying to trade Kyle Pitts away.
There's nothing. No one's going to take him.
That's what I'm saying. You're stuck with him at this point in time, but you're better off just holding him on your roster and streaming tight ends based upon matchups.
Okay. I think I would put him in the lineup, but that's just me. Maybe they finally figured some stuff out last week. Maybe. I feel bad for all the Kyle Pitts owners, honestly, because he has just been nothing that. But we did say this at the beginning of the season. Don't draft Kyle Pitts. We did say that. That was something that was part of the preseason shows. So maybe tune into those.
Maybe people need to just a little bit.
I need a ding for that one. That's for sure. That was a rhyme there. You hear that?
Stop it.
Anyways, as far as Tyler Algier,
listen, you want me to give you starts on for the Falcons? You can stream Mariota if you want. I'm not completely off of him, like you said. There aren't very many good options, especially with people holding two quarterbacks, especially like the Tom Brady's and Aaron Rodgers. They're holding them because they don't know if they're going to fix it or not. Stream Mariota. I'm not starting anybody else. If you have Kyle Pitts, you drafted him too high. You have to start him if you don't want to stream tight end. So there you go. That's who you're starting. I'm not starting any running backs. The Cincinnati run defense is good. I'm not starting any wide receivers unless it's for deep DFS play, and that's it. This offense isn't so prolific that we need to spend time going over everybody.
Got it. Tyler Algier is a running back 3, and that's it. Yeah. That's all I was going to say.
No, yeah, and whatever Huntley, the little square-bodied, gumpy-looking dude, doesn't even need to be in your roster.
No, not at all. For the Cincinnati Bengals side of the ball, pretty much who you thought is going to be in there is who's going to be started.
Yep. Burrow, Chase, Higgins, and Mixon.
How about Hayden Hurst? You putting him in?
If I'm a Kyle Pitts owner, yeah, I am.
Ooh.
What?
I'd take a beer bet with you right now.
Kyle Pitts has more fantasy points than Hayden Hurst?
Yes.
Done.
That sounds like a solid. Now we have something to watch this game for because, if Score Daryl was in this, this would be a great game. I think it would be. It'd be a great game.
It would, yeah, if Cordero was in there, but exactly, he's not there. Up next, we have the Lions at the Cowboys. I don't have the game lines. All I have is the game titles.
So the Lions at the Cowboys, this is a 49-point over-under. The Cowboys are 7-point favorites. I think this is going to be a great game. I think it's going to be a great game. This is
going to be a better game than people think it's going to be.
I think it's going to be a great game. So on the Lions side of the ball, starting Jared Goff hesitantly, and maybe not. I want to maybe flex off of Jared Goff this week. In fact, I do. I want to flex off of Jared Goff, and I know that's
if you want me to put anything into perspective, I would start Mariota before I started Goff this week.
I would do the same. Goff is going up against a really, really tough pass rush, and I know that their offensive line is good. I know that offense has shown that they can be the top dog in the league, really, because they have so many weapons, but I'm just not interested this week. No thanks. Amon-Ra never leaves your lineup, period. TJ Hawkinson, he's a start for me. DeAndre Swift is going to play. I think he's going to play.
He will. I'm for sure that DeAndre Swift will play. I would like to say Hawkinson. Yes, I would play Hawkinson too, just because the ball is probably going to be coming out pretty quick. Amon-Ra never leaves your lineups, but temper expectations this weekend.
Well, DJ Chark isn't around. He's not going to play this week.
That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the pass rush and Trayvon Diggs.
Yeah, I think Amon-Ra is going to be safe enough to be in your lineup and he'll be fine.
He'll be a safe floor. But I'm just saying you're not going to get the, what was it before he went out, the 25-point games. You're looking at 12. Realistically, I think that's probably pretty close to what he gets.
Don't put that hate on me.
I'm not trying to. I'm just trying to be realistic for the viewers. Quit being selfish.
DeAndre Swift is a start this week, and if they start doing some of that dump off action that clearly Dallas doesn't have a game plan against, because that's what was going against Philadelphia. They don't have a game plan against that. So I think that'd be a really nice start. Really nice start. For the Dallas Cowboys side of the ball, you put the Dak in?
Yeah, I'm playing Dak in a couple leagues, actually.
You putting him in?
Yep, playing him in a couple leagues.
I'm with that. Oh, Dak or Tom Brady?
Dak.
Okay, just wanted to see where you were at. That answered that question. I'm asking questions here, man. I want to see where you're at. Yeah, Dak Prescott's a start for me. CeeDee Lamb, has he been cleared from his injury yet?
I haven't heard any news.
So then he's probably playing CeeDee Lamb's in your lineup. What about their rookie tight end? It's not Greg Dulcich. What's his name?
Ferguson?
Yeah. It's not Tony Ferguson.
No, it's not Tony Ferguson.
Justin,
what the fuck? What is his name? His name is Jake
Ferguson. You starting Jake Ferguson this week?
No, because the Lions' defense is putrid, so I think that they basically do whatever they want to do.
Zeke and Pollard, they starts for you?
Zeke is. Pollard's probably a close flex play. I'd have to look. Pollard looks better.
I was just put both of them in.
Yeah, I would put. They're both flex considerations for me.
I think both of them are fine this week. Like you were saying, I think low end RB2 is probably where I'm thinking they're going to be. And especially with all the bye weeks this week, I don't see a better option than Tony Pollard or Zeke this week. Yep. Who you got winning this game?
16 minutes ago via RotoWire, Lamb hip said he was a full go in Thursday's practice. It is set to start against Detroit on Sunday.
Got it.
Dallas Morning News, Michael Gecklin. If I mispronounced it, I'm sorry. But anyways, so yeah, I have the Cowboys winning this game.
Oh, Michael Gallup. You put him in?
Yeah, I'm going to play him.
Okay.
He's a wide receiver 3 for me.
Noah Brown.
No, with Gallup back.
Okay. I have Dallas winning this game too, but I think it's going to be a little closer than that 7-point spread. I think Detroit makes this an interesting game.
The Detroit are like the Falcons. They're in most of minus the one time they got shut out by the Patriots this year. They've been in most of their games.
Yeah. I think it's going to be a fun game to watch, and I'm going to have it on. So, let's go to the Giants-Jaguars game. This is a 43-point over-under. The Jaguars are a 3-point favorite. I don't know if
the Jags are a 3-point favorite?
That's what I said. I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that at all.
I don't either.
Nope.
The Giants defense is good. Somehow they're making their offense work. The Giants are a better team than expected. But my wife is going to be mad at me here, but I don't have the Jags winning this game at home.
I don't think they win this game at home either. I don't.
Anyways, so let's get into it then. From the Giants side of the ball, who are you starting? Saquon, obviously, right?
Yes, Saquon goes in the lineup.
I'm starting Wan'Dale Robinson.
Okay. As a flex?
Yeah. He's going to be a low-end flex play. So if you happen to have one of those big old names on bye this week, I think you could probably slide him in your lineup.
You're streaming Daniel Jones?
He's in consideration. I think, yeah, because he does have the upside to be able to run the football as well.
Okay.
Not necessarily the first name that comes to mind when I think of streaming quarterbacks, but he does. He has shown to be able to move and extend the plays and get out of the pocket and scramble a little bit. So I would have a little bit of confidence with that rushing upside.
Okay. I don't really have a start set against that really. I think that if you needed a spot start, everybody's off the waiver wire. You're looking at like a Tyler Heineke or Taylor Heineke or a Daniel Jones. I'm going Daniel Jones.
Yeah.
Zach Wilson or Daniel Jones. I'm going Daniel Jones.
Yep. And then Daniel Bellinger, their rookie tight end. If you are streaming tight end, you can look his way as well. The Jags aren't the most difficult matchup against the tight end. But I don't know if I would necessarily. It's been a 1-game sample size for Bellinger is all I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
So on the
tight end sucks, so.
Yep. So on the Jaguar side of the ball, who are you starting?
I'm putting T-Law in. I think he's a weekly start at this point. He's probably a low-end quarterback one. James Robinson and ETN both starts this week. I think it's going to be a running attack by committee.
I can see
that. Christian Kirk, and that's it.
I would agree. Zay Jones, if you're in a 14-plus teamer.
Yeah.
So, but and then as we've both stated, we have the Giants winning this game. So up next we have the Colts at the Tennessee Titans. Is that right?
Correct. Colts at the Titans. This is a 42-point over/under. The Titans are a 2.5-point favorite.
So the AFC South matchup, huh?
I don't agree with that either. Anyways, for the Colts side of the ball, I obviously have Matt Ryan starting. He is my stream of the week. But now that I said that, he will get me 4 points. So there's that.
There's that.
Michael Pittman, starting him?
Yep, have to.
Oh, yeah. Alec Pierce, starting him?
Have to.
I think so, too.
Oh, since the last time we have spoken, I'm kind of cooled on the Paris Campbell talk. I came down from my high of being high on him, just seeing the performance. Yeah. So, anyways, I still play Paris Campbell this week too as a low flex. Yep, Jonathan Taylor playing.
Yeah, Jonathan Taylor never leaves your lineup. For the Tennessee Titans side of the ball, what do you got?
Let's see here. What's the big dude who is running back for them? What's his name?
I feel like he's some sort of Sasquatch or something like that. But
he, giant, went to Alabama, has dreads, is just a man amongst men. My favorite memory of him is when he just flatted Josh Gordon with a hand.
Yeah, Derrick Henry doesn't leave your lineup.
Or not Josh Norman. Sorry.
Yeah, it's Josh Norman. You starting Tannehill this week?
No.
Okay. Streaming quarterbacks, and this is the week to do it. And I'm just wondering, how about Robert Woods?
Nope.
Okay. That's it for that. I have the Colts winning this game.
I don't think the Colts stop Derrick Henry in the run. I have the Titans winning this game.
Okay. If you'd already make a beer bet, I would make it. We already did that. So last game.
One per show, people. That's all you get.
Yeah, one per show. We got to pay the bills around here. Last game of this show.
I don't even want to talk about this one.
I don't want to talk about it either. Is the Green Bay Football Packers against the Washington Manders. This is a 41-point over/under. The Packers are 4.5 point favorites.
4.5-point road favorites.
I don't agree with any of these.
Let's see here. So, on the Packers side of the ball, I'm starting Aaron Jones.
I got news.
Okay, what's the news?
Breaking news. Aaron Rodgers was a full participant in practice today. Jahan Dotson was limited after tweaking his hamstring again. So
that's not very good for Jahan Dotson.
No. Yeah, go ahead for your Packers side of the ball.
Well, at least we know that Eric Stokes won't be giving up 2 tutters to Jahan Dotson.
It'll just be Curtis Samuel. That's all.
Bum hammy. It could be Curtis Samuel.
Yeah, just be Curtis Samuel.
Let's see here. What is going on is Aaron Jones. I just don't. They need to give him the ball.
Oh yeah, they have to.
They need to. Alan Lazard.
Mm-hmm.
That's Robert Tonyan.
Yes, and Robert Tonyan.
That is it for the Packers side of the ball. A.J. Dillon, you want to see it for him. You want it to happen, but the Packers offense isn't prolific enough to get touches for Aaron Jones and A.J. Dillon, apparently. And Dillon hasn't looked as good as he did this year. He's not running through tackles. Well, he is running through tackles, but he's not looking like a man. He's not looking like a man amongst boys like he did last year when you saw it happen. I don't know if it's just because it wasn't cold enough in Green Bay yet, or what. It did snow this past week in Green Bay, so watch out for that. Aaron Jones or AJ Dillon might just have put on his big boy pants and
This is in Washington.
Oh, never mind then. Yeah, so never mind. Don't play AJ Dillon. But yeah, Aaron Jones, Alan Lazard, Robert Tonyan. This is a noon kickoff game. I'm a Packers fan, and I'm probably not going to watch it.
Well, I'm still going to watch it. The Packers defense might be a start this week. With
the Commanders defense might be a start this week.
Might be as well, but the Packers defense, I think, should be started against Taylor Heineke, and this offense hasn't looked great in large spurts. So do I think that Taylor Heineke is such an improvement to Carson Wentz? No.
I think it's a more lateral move than people think.
I think it's a little downgrade. It has to be a little downgrade.
I don't think so. I think it's almost straight across the board.
So for the Commanders side of the ball, who are you starting?
You're starting Brian Robinson against the Packers' abysmal run defense.
Yeah. You might want to start Gibson.
You are starting Terry McLaurin.
I might want to start Gibson too.
I'm not starting Gibson. They say they want to get him more touches after the game finished, and they said this. They've said that for the last 3 years in a row now. Even when he was the starting running back, we want to get him more touches, and he was great. Don't get me wrong, he was really good. But now that they drafted someone to bring him in who got shot twice before the year started, to bring him in as soon as he was eligible to be brought in and play, no, I'm not playing Antonio Gibson.
Why do coaching staff say we got to get this guy more touches? Like, you are responsible for that. That is your job.
The direct correlation to how many touches they get in a game comes from you.
Literally your job. Like before, says like all the time, like, we got to get touches. That's your job. That is what you do as a coach.
Yeah, but you know that quarterbacks and the play calls that they come in 2 at a time sometimes, and the checks and the balances and making sure that this is this and let's check out of this run if they're showing this defense. So could be just depend on how they play them too.
Yeah, I don't know. So. I agree with your starts and sits there. If you're sitting Curtis Samuel, I think that's not a good play.
If Jahan Dotson is out, I am playing Curtis Samuel because he's probably going to line up on Eric Stokes most of the time.
I'm not interested. I don't think Tyler Heineke can support 2, and I'd rather risk it with Terry McLaurin because he's already proven that he would throw to Terry McLaurin enough. That
is fair, but then again, Tyler Heineke could have been like, "Man, I've seen how Carson Wentz has been playing. I can't do any worse," and just start hucking it down the field.
Just willy nilly, huh?
Yeah.
No, that's. I think that's pretty much it for this game. I have the Packers winning this game, but it's not going to be. It's going to be by a point.
I have the Packers probably going into overtime yet again
with a field goal.
This is what I'm saying. If this is a game to get right, this needs to be a game to get right for the Packers because their next month of games after this one is difficult.
Tough.
Difficult. So, anyways, with that being said, Ray, do you have anything else?
Hell no.
All right, dude. So, please use code FranchiseTagged for 10% off your order at drifflesjerky.com. Please join our Discord channel. Ray answers super quick, as I've hit on every time. He'll answer any start-sit questions you ask or just any general question that you put in there. He'll even respond if you don't even ask a question. Follow us on Spotify and Apple Podcast. Hit the like button on the videos. It helps move them up in the YouTube algorithm. Please hit the notification bell so you know whenever we go live and whenever we drop new content. And as always, guys, please hit the subscribe button. That one helps the most. But till next time, we will see you later.